don't wanna be a dreamer. I don't wanna be a dreamer. I don't wanna be a dreamer. I don't wanna be a dreamer anymore.
Hello and welcome. We're going to discuss how narcissism expresses itself in different signs of the zodiac. We're going to focus this particular discussion upon the sign of Aries the Ram. Keep in mind that everyone has some narcissistic attributes, and that a person without any narcissism would have such a weak personality devoid of any ego strengths that she or he could not function in society. Narcissism refers to qualities in an individual of possessing self-love and egotism, self-centeredness, self-absorption, and also conceit. The psychological profession describes a condition which they term as NPD, or narcissistic personality disorder. This psychological syndrome presents with a person that lacks empathy for other human beings or creatures, requiring constant and excessive respect, appreciation, approval, and high esteem from other people, as well as being unable to participate in healthy relationships. Nevertheless, this is not a discussion about the medical aspect of NPD. Rather, we are taking a look at normal individuals and how narcissism expresses itself through each sign of the zodiac. Although I am a licensed registered nurse, I am not a psychologist, and even though I have worked in psychiatric units as a charge nurse and also a team leader, I've also worked in neonatal intensive care, recovery room, and in surgery. But so I do have a lot of experience dealing with people in many situations and also managing people. But what I'm going to do here is approach this subject from the point of view of an astrologist, because I've been doing astrology for many decades and I love doing astrology, and it's very interesting to do it from a psychological perspective and a viewpoint from astrology. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic mystic. In astrology, narcissism expresses itself via the ego matrix of the personality. And although the ego is often thought to be that of a braggart or a pretentious show-off, it can also sort of sneak into personal interactions as false modesty, ignoring one's own faults, while highlighting the faults of other people and denying others the pleasure of getting to know the real person, hiding inside the ego out of a sense of fear, guilt, or shame. Every sign has its vices and every sign has its virtues. Every sign has its virtues or angels, and every sign has its demons, devils, or vices. For Aries the Ram, the main virtue or angel is courage, and the chief vice is being foolhardy. Bravery is one of the powers of Aries. With that said, Aries' posture as a fighter and also position on the tree of life as the warrior king are qualities stirred by the Ram's hasty and injudicious attributes. Aries has a strong desire to fight for what you condone as right in a forceful manner, compelling others to comply with the Ram's laws and worldview. How you arrive at your viewpoint? Well, Aries, what you do is you do it from your perspective, from the point of view that you are just right. This is due to the fact that your divine tone in the zodiac is I am. That's your God name, I am. And you've heard of that before, right? From your vantage point, Aries, the I am mantra that you hear so much about is the only one that matters out of all the other 11 zodiacal tones to Aries. Okay, so from your vantage point, all the divine tones of the other astrology signs, or the other zodiac signs like Taurus I have, and Gemini I think, and Cancer I feel, and Leo I will, these kinds of Virgo I analyze. There's a whole list of them. Oh, you want me to continue? Okay. And then Libra is we balance. Libra is the only one that has a we in it. Everything else is an I. Scorpio is I create. And also, then you get to Sagittarius, which is I perceive, and then Capricorn, I use, Aquarius, I know, and Pisces, I believe. Okay, so yours, Aries, is I am. And from your perspective, the I am is the only one that matters. The I am is the only one that counts. You run around saying, I am, I am, I am. And you don't think to say that you believe, or you use, or you have, or any of that. So that's from your vantage point. Okay, so that's how it appears to you. And you're teaching everybody else that this is the only one that matters. Because it's just right. Because it just is, and that's it. Because I am. I'm Aries, and I am is it, and that's all. Okay, so that's the I am mantra. The obvious bombshell to this the revelation and to this sort of epiphany, if you will, is that for you to be completely right, Aries, all contradictory viewpoints or zodiac signs must, by contrast, be wrong, or at least less important. Alas, unless a warrior has a conflict to fight and an enemy with whom to do battle with, unless you have an enemy and a battle that you can fight your enemy with, that you can fight for supremacy, the soldier has no function and no purpose in life. If you don't have the enemy, if you don't have the battle, then the soldier or the warrior king has no function. It is precisely this ongoing war with less worthy combatants that can lead you to the exact manner in which narcissism can begin to become a hindrance to Aries' well-being and interrupt the ram's life. So this is where we can start to get into a problem, okay, with this. Now, the way that Aries' brave and daredevil ego personality trait of being conqueror can turn into a problem for the ram is when Aries gets caught up in excessive warfare and excessive conflict of offensive, defensive, and tactical strategies in your everyday relationships. When you need to feel that you are triumphing over a significant other, winning over, a lover, or having victory over a spouse or a family member, or triumphing over a friend or a colleague, to reinforce your need to make sure that no one is taking advantage of you or those you care for. You don't want others to be taken advantage of either. You're also caring for those that you care about. Indeed, the ram must, by sheer strength, bend others to your will and oblige them to follow your commandments, ethics, and regulations. The good news, Aries, is that you feel you are helping other people and you think that they will have better lives under your guidance and under your decrees. With that said, when other people want to do things their way and follow their own internal laws, the ram can push the situation to such an extreme competition that social warfare ensues, causing yourself and those that you love the most to become stressed to the point of extreme mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion. Aries, you thrive in combat. Though others in your life or in your charge may or may not flourish in such circumstances. So understand that might not be a place or a way in which other people flourish or thrive. It might not be a way in which other people are able to be successful in their lives. Although that's when you are really in your theater. Now, how Aries can keep mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy is to realize that the other 11 of the 12 zodiacal signs have something to offer in expressing their divine tones. Rather than seeing the other signs as evil, weak, deceived, or incorrect, attempt to see the holistic big picture of how all the astrological signs and their divine tones work together to form an astonishingly rich, interesting, and fulfilling world. Of course, the warrior king archetype of Aries and its ruling planet Mars must also have an expression on the Kabbalistic tree. So getting rid of the warrior or the soldier is not helpful either. All things must be expressed and must be harmonize and must begin to work together. That's the holistic approach. That's going to be much better. Luckily, there are many ways to express competition that are healthy and helpful to the entire human social system. Finding these types of outlets for your spirited nature can be fun for you, Aries. Certainly, because of your energetic ambitions, you are a person that often does very well and succeeds in life, especially if you find the good in each of the other signs of the zodiac. The information found in this document that's attached to this presentation and the information found in this presentation are based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and join us again.